Again, a white family using law enforcement to control these students. We come to make you a brother. We come to start a conversation. To ask the dialogue. We come to make you have a conversation.
Shut this shit down, boy.
That's right.
Ja, den norske flagget på oss.
We will not be moved. We will not be moved. We will not be silenced. We will not be silenced. We need to come out here for the cameras. Fuck the cameras. Fuck the cameras. We're not out here for these cameras. They're just here to highlight the soundtrack of our lives. I said, they're here to highlight the soundtrack of our lives. No justice, no peace. No racist, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace. No racist police! No justice, no peace! No racist police! No justice, no peace! No racist police! No justice! We got a few agitators right here. I want everybody to turn your attention over to these white people over here.
Right here.
Turn your attention over to the white people.
Right here.
These two white people here are agitators. No, we don't care what you do. Two agitators right here, and let's shed some light. Shed some light. Shed some light. These two are agitators. These two are agitators. Let's call them out. We got two agitators. No, we're not here to talk to you. We're not here to talk to you, homie. We're not here to talk to you. You're here to agitate. You're here to agitate. You're here to agitate. We're here to agitate. I don't care. You're an agitator. You're an agitator. You are a professional agitator. White privilege.
Stick that in somebody's face.
I mean, it's not in the face. It's not in the face.
Get it out of the face. You can't put that in your face.
All right, we're done. In the discussion, your seconds are over. Thank you. Back to the protest.
Hey, you let him take away from it. Get back to what you were doing, man. That's what he's talking about.
White silence is endorsement to the violence. White silence is an endorsement to the violence.
Why is your name on
White silence is an endorsement to the violence. White silence is an endorsement to by everybody be after me. White silence.
White silence.
White silence.
White silence.
White silence.
White silence.
It's an endorsement to the violence.
It's an endorsement to the
It's an endorsement to the violence.
It's an endorsement to
It's
the
an endorsement to the violence.
It's an endorsement to the violence.
Right, so either you are for this demonstration, either you're for the demonstration or you're not. But right now you're here to disrupt what we're doing. You're here to disrupt what we're doing. This is the organized professional protest. This is the organized professional. This guy, these two are agitators and we're shutting up. They're here fighting our protesters. Yeah, these guys. These two are agitators. Making that. That way they're here.
No justice, no peace.
We're making it known. We got about 200 other
Nobody
protesters.
touching me.
We got about 200 other protesters coming to join us. We got 200
I don't
more
want nobody
coming.
touching me.
And then we got another group
Touching
coming.
them, not bothering
So we got
nobody.
200 on the way, and we got another. So when we take over, when we take over these streets, that's what we're gonna do. He's an agitator. You just need to get lost, buddy.
How you,
Get lost, buddy.
how you keep in and out?
Buddy, get lost. You mean it's no good, pal? Buddy? Pal, you mean it's no good? Surf's up, buddy.
Buddy.
You're not here for no. We don't need you here. We don't want you here. We don't want you here. You're no good. You're no good. You're no good.
No justice, no peace.
Pal, take a move, buddy.
Buddy.
You talking out of it.
Don't put it in front of the camera. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Black Lives Matter.
Don't worry about it.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here. Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
They matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they use your white privilege. Come on.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they
Oh, come on. Use your white privilege.
they matter.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Who said white people and black people can't get along? Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black Lives they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Shay, that's some real
Shay.
That's some real shit. We don't just be out here for help. We ain't out here protesting or boycotting for nothing. We trying to make a statement. We trying to say that Black Lives Matter. And that we're not going to allow businesses that are powered by white supremacy, businesses that are powered by white privilege, businesses that are powered by white supremacy. They're not going to get Black Lives Matter. You're not going to talk about that great stuff. You're not going to talk about that great stuff. You know, notice these protesters, law enforcement, making sure that the police got a second over the sidewalk. This is the right business. They don't want these Negroes out here. They don't want these Negroes out here. So, hoodlums, water, that these Negroes don't get out of their water. Absolutely. So, now, we got two legislators out here. This white guy here, this white guy here. This white guy here. We don't down around that rapid. The man said we won't let it happen.
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 This is what Black Power looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. We got our young babies out here. We got our young people out here. We got our young people out here. We got a damn thing that we How many of y'all love being black? How many of y'all love being black? I know everybody technically black here, which means that I don't give a damn how the next person feels because I'm everybody else. I don't care how white people feel because we don't give no damn. I love being black.
We gonna be all right. 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 We gonna be all right.
Love being black. I love being black.
Alright.
I love being black.
Somebody got the tape on. Don't shoot! Hands up! 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 Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Our street! 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 Our streets! 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 Our streets!
I'll get a motherfucker hell. That ain't who caused the problem. It's the police. Take their gun. That don't feel healthy.
Our sons' lives matter!
Help him out. Help him out. Help him out. Help him out. He lost, man. Help him out. He lost. Help him out.
Black lives do matter. That's right.
Line them up! Line them up! Line them up! No justice, no peace!
We just trying to be heard, that's all. We just want to be heard. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's too much. It's too much.
I'm black and I'm proud. 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 I'm black and I'm proud.
Say it loud.
I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud.
No peace. No peace. No peace. Police.
No peace.
Police.
No peace.
Y'all know how you go for them job interviews and they got them questionnaires? They should have them questionnaires with the cops. I can't pass one of them to save my life. Oh, for real? I know 6 months training.
You're acting, but you're acting tough, so just really decide.
This one probably changed about 10 to 15 minutes. That's not exactly what it is. That?
It's taking too long to have the green one.
Can I get a drink of that Gatorade?
You guys need water?
Are you live, Mike? Are you on the TV news? Yeah. Are you up?
Turn it off.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Bunched on top of each other.
She goes down in it. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No justice! No peace! 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 No justice! No peace!
Oh yeah, I had.
Y'all want to spread out? Spread out. Y'all want to block the street? Then jump in the new locations. That's okay. We get ready to take it to the motherfucking jail. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
You heard it coming in from back.
No peace. No peace. No peace.
When are you gonna be live?
No peace. No justice. No peace. No peace. No peace. Excuse me, guys. No peace. No justice. No peace.
No justice! No peace! No justice!
No peace.
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 And break the law. So I can't stand in the street. He got it. Hold that mug in your foot over here. Mess it up for all time. One bag, mess it up for all time. One bag, make all time. One knucklehead
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!
What do you got to say now?
I just got all the rights to see a sandwich right now.
I hate count.
Microwave vegetables to see. Pancake oatmeal. I'm not going to go to jail for Black Lives Matter. Man, I'm ready to That ain't gonna put no money in the book. I'm going to jail for these motherfuckers like that. Not go to jail. Break the world record for Black Lives Matter. They ain't gonna put no money in the book. Let's buy you out of jail. That's the truth. Black folks better think they're fine. Shit.
I remember.
Them sing. Sí, que la
It's kind of hard. Let's see what we can do here. Excuse me, man. It's gonna be a feat of acrobatics if I make this happen.
Stand up.
I'm about to try to get right here to cover the ground.
Hey, where Parlay go? What? Where Parlay go? Parlay, we need to smoke here.
Where? Oh my God, y'all. All right.
Okay, they said set down 10, 10:15 for fuel. They'll pick it back up. You got me? Yeah. Can you come around and get in front of this building? Where they're at?
My sisters! Don't be afraid! Speak up, don't be afraid! Don't be afraid! Speak up, don't be afraid! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
You said whenever I'm ready, right, officer? And I ain't say nothing to you. I said nothing to you. You said whenever I'm ready, you over there.
Hello, everybody. Once again, I'm Bill McGinty alongside my colleague Rachel Brown, broadcasting here in Charlotte, North Carolina from the WCNC studio.
Real big clear, so I already got one officer on the table already. Well, what that's supposed to mean? Flexing your muscles and said whenever you ready. Can you explain that?
Well, they released the tape today, but this crowd does not seem satisfied with the amount of footage that they released. They released one of the body cameras, or at least part of the body camera, and they released one of the dash cams from one of the marked cruisers that was there at the scene, and it did show the fatal encounter. But as Chief Kerr Putney here in Charlotte, North Carolina said all along, it's pretty ambiguous. You don't know that he has anything in his hands. They were yelling, drop the gun. They yelled it 11 times. But after seeing the videotape, you really just can't see if there's anything in his hands or not.
Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
That was had no audio, and then the other half did have audio after the shots were fired. So we weren't exactly sure what was said in the body camera video, in particular during that time. It kind of came on after the shots were fired. But again, people are out here. They're demanding the full release of the video, demanding transparency. It's kind of interesting. We've been having this bit of a debate on transparency. And Chief Kerr Putney, his thoughts on transparency. He says that he wants them to be transparent right now. Right now, protesters are right now outside CMPD headquarters again. They're still out here right now. It's a pretty large group right now. Looks to be about the same numbers as last night. I would say a couple hundred people out here. They've been marching up and down the streets. They were originally at the epicenter. They stopped once again at the Omni Hotel. We've been seeing a lot of signs for Justin Carr, the individual who was shot at the Omni Hotel.
All right, it sounds like
independent investigation. They have the authority to say what time you have to go home, but they don't have the authority to release the case. You need to put them on our office right now. You need to resign, you need to go home and find you a better job, and we need leaders that can protect this community. We want a community-oriented independent investigation. We want community leaders, we want regular everyday citizens to be able to look at the case footage and make a determination for themselves, and we need to decide how we want a community police ourselves. Now, there's going to be a lot of things going on tonight. We got groups and microphones. The first time nobody on the microphone, not everybody on the microphone. Whatever you do, what would you do with it too? Waste that they should be locked up for. And we want to show solidarity. I want you to look up now and see the president banging on the doors, showing the signs, waving the hands. We are showing a revolution. We are unifying the city to go to Western Third.
We gonna turn up when we get down here.
And one thing I say is this. Don't try to divide the protesters. Don't talk about a broken window if you ain't talking about broken lives.
To ask where is that gun. Again, a lot of different people out here, different signs out here.
Some people think the police are just here to protect the windows in uptown Charlotte. But guess what? The lives of my brothers and sisters are more important than anything you got in this city. You don't got no time for nothing but our people in this community. And if we don't shut it down! Let's go. Yeah.
on some vests that labeled them as police, and then they
What I'm saying is we gotta change our story, man. Because listen, we can get. Say again. Like I and even more than that, you do need. They coming out here and they doing this. But we still. They look at us like we crazy. So people. They want me to tell me that was the chance.
Can you hear me? It's a little loud.
Yeah, we can. Go ahead, Brandon. You got something to say?
Oh, yes, sorry. Control room was talking to me, but I can tell you a little bit. Right now, we are outside the Mecklenburg County Jail, and you can see, Trey, if you can point up there, you can see the lights are flickering inside the jail cells. What is interesting about this protest is it's not just about the shooting of Keith Lamont Scott. It's a whole indictment. These protesters have a whole indictment on the justice system itself. A lot of people talking about the justice system being corrupt, that it needs to be changed. And a lot of people are chanting right now as they're passing the jail, "We see you, we love you." And as the protesters are marching down each wing of the Mecklenburg County Jail, the lights are starting to flicker each wing, and kind of sort of see some people peering out of the window where it looks like we're marching down East Trade Street. Not exactly sure which way we're going to be turning, but just beyond the jail, of course, is the courthouse. Again, talking about this emphasis of the justice system needing to be changed, the justice system being corrupt. A lot of people out here with those signs advocating those messages. So we're going to keep on going right now. What's also interesting, we've been talking a lot about not really seeing those officers in riot gear. It looks like a lot of people are cheering right now. Looks like right now a lot of people are waving at people inside the jail cells as they're flicking their lights and peering out of the windows. But again, what we haven't been seeing that we saw the first couple nights has been those police officers in riot gear. We haven't even really seen them outside CMPD headquarters. It's a lot of officers in bicycles and officers in regular uniforms and squad cars. It's been documented in other areas where there have been protests about police departments utilizing officers in regular uniforms instead of riot gear due to the fact that it could incite people. So, and that's kind of what we saw the past couple nights when people encountered officers in riot gear. That it got a little more tense, a little more angry out there. But right now, again, it's pretty loud out here, peaceful, of course, but loud. Again, a lot of chanting of people.
Nobody off limits. None of us perfect. None of us perfect. None of us perfect. Try the lines again. You already know. I'm running this now. So they following me now. For real. Oh, watch.
No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
Watch. My bad. All night long, baby. Just change, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Until we get some change. A minute. They sent me overseas to fight for a cause I had no cause, no idea. Look at them. They're circling us. They just keep circling us. You know what I'm saying? They just keep circling us. You know what I'm saying? But we young and we strong. We walking all night long, baby. All night long. All night long. You hear? You hear? All night long, baby. All night long. All night long. Peace. 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 I'm at the front because I'm praying. Yeah. Lord, continue to just bless this whole group. You know what I'm saying? Give us peaceful protest. You know what I'm saying? Give us change. Multiply every step. Multiply every step, Lord. Multiply every step. Multiply every step, Lord. Give us power. Give us peace. Give us change, Lord. For real. That's what it's about. Give us love, Lord. Fill every heart. Fill these officers up with compassion, Lord. That's who need it. Scared out here. Fill them up, Lord. No justice, no peace, though, until they feel it. We praying for them, but our feet still moving. You know what I'm saying? We praying for it. Our feet gonna keep on moving till we get it, baby. For real. This for everybody. This not against one particular race. Y'all know my husband white. Come on, this for everybody. Everybody. No justice, no peace, baby. You see it? You see it? Yeah, we want it now. Here we go, baby. Come on, y'all. What do we want? Yeah, I got you. Watch out, God. Peace. 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 You see it? Peace. You already see it. You already see it. Oh yeah, baby. You know. You already know. You already know. Already know.
Our street!
Oh yeah, baby. Let me know when you get tired, baby girl. 'Cause I got you. Yeah. Yeah. These our streets. That's what it's about. Our street. 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 If we don't get out, shut it down. 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 Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. We shut shit down. We shut shit down. We shut shit down. Keep moving, y'all. Keep moving. Keep moving. Yeah, baby. Y'all see it? The hood running this. You see it? Peace, King. Peace, peace, peace. What's up, boy? Yeah.
Hold on, hold
yeah,
on,
baby.
hold on.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Front of the line, baby. That's where we take it. Front of the line. Yeah, baby.
Then you don't get no
yeah.
peace.
Oh Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
All he had was a canister with water, so I don't know.
Now, you watched the body cam video and the dash cam video. What did you think?
I think that a lot of the footage was definitely secluded. I believe that they did not release the whole tapes. You know, I understand. Actually, looking at it, you know, they did not clearly identify the police officer that was involved with that. And and if you pay attention close to the video, the actual officer, one of the officers, he was just sitting there like, oh, wow, because he already knew that he was dead and he was shot. I didn't see no gun. Clearly, he was unarmed. He didn't do anything that was life or threatening, like a life-threatening emergency. And rules of engagement clearly state that you have to have some type of life and death and emergency. Like whether he pulled the gun out or, you know what I mean? Like, oh, snap, let me react and open fire. But for you to open fire and fire, you know, on an unarmed man, no justice, no peace.
Do you plan on confronting any more police officers tonight?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, I mean, I've talked to several of the Marshal Guard or the National Guards, whoever they are. You know, they just regular military in a suit. But anyway, we'll leave that alone.
And Jimmy,
yeah, I'm gonna talk to them. I need to get their opinion. Some of them that I have spoken with, they don't agree with what's happening as well. They don't agree with Putney and how he's handling the situation. They don't agree with Jennifer Roberts, the mayor that's involved. We don't feel like they're being actively involved in this situation, and this is not something that we should take lightly, you know, or for granted.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Jimmy,
okay,
I had
we are on the tail end of the march now. We're going to continue marching on.
all right.
Sure.
Is he too far away? I was trying to ask him a question because I wanted to follow up on something he said, but it looks like he's a little bit farther away from you now, huh?
Oh shit. Okay, we'll catch up. We'll catch up with him.
Jimmy, I wanted to ask him. He said that. Okay, it looks like we've lost Jimmy. Are we talking to Brandon now?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
All right. We're having a little bit of communication issues. Now we're going to go back to Brandon Goldner. It looks like, Brandon, you are standing with someone who is a part of this protest.
Yes. Ma'am, let me ask you, did you watch the body cam and dash cam video?
Yes, I did.
What were your initial thoughts when you saw it?
That the police are fucking liars.
Hey.
Okay, if you don't mind, okay, we're live on TV, so if we can just tell me what your thoughts are about what you saw, what you felt.
They said that he had a gun in his hand. When he was shot, I seen no gun in his hand whatsoever. And that when he was laid down, face down on the ground, why was there no gun around him if the gun was supposedly in his hand? Don't you think the gun would have fell out of his hand or flew out of his hand? And by the way, I freeze frame the video to at the point where you can see the cop throwing the gun on the ground.
And Brandon, I have a question for her too when you finish.
When you saw that video. Yeah. Oh, yes. Hold on. We have.
I wanted to know, can you ask her, police have said that he absolutely had a gun. Does it matter if he had a gun? If he did, in fact, have a gun, as police say, can you ask her if she thinks that it matters, that it matters in this situation?
Let me ask you, police say they insist that he had a gun. Does it matter at all if he did or if he didn't have a gun in the end?
No, it doesn't matter at all because he didn't cause anybody any harm with that gun. He wasn't harming anybody. He was in his car. Supposedly he was smoking marijuana. Okay, but does that bother anybody? He was sitting in the car. Yes, he may have had a gun, but did he pull it out on the police? And if so, he had a gun and he had a gun holster and the holster is connected to his leg. How did he reach in time to pull out the gun and point it at the police?
She doesn't know all the facts. And granted, we're getting the facts from the police department, but
all right, anything else? Yeah.
These are the facts that are going to be used if it ever gets to court.
Okay. Anything else I may have missed you'd like to add?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Do you mind if I ask you a couple quick questions?
Sure.
mean, just if you don't mind, just kind of just talking about, did you see the video and what your thoughts?
I saw the video. I just think right now we're living in a time where we don't know whether or not we can trust the people that's actually supposed to protect and serve us. And at this point, it just justifies our concern for our safety, especially me being a black woman. I got into my car yesterday wondering if I would be killed because I'm black. And what would the truth be in the end? Like, will people be able to know what really happened without an organization that's supposed to protect and serve me planting something or doing something, overusing their power and authority for their own self-interest?
Did the video at all lead to any sort of restoration of some sort of trust at all, or do you have more questions?
I have more questions because what I saw in the video was Mr. Keith Scott walking back. So initially when everything surfaced on Tuesday around 4 was that he was a threat to the police officers and he was holding a gun. And so when I saw the video and I saw him walking backwards, it's nothing from what they initially said, and that brings concerns. That brings me concerns about our judicial system, our leaders, as well as the people that are supposed to protect and serve us.
And let me ask you real quick, if you can just talk a little bit about the moments when you saw those shots being fired, what emotions were going through your mind when you saw that?
I wanted to know if the person who was shooting the gun, whether or not they had a soul, because I didn't see any harm that man did. I wanted to know if they had a soul, because that was murder. They murdered that man.
You're tearing up right now. What's going through your mind right now?
I'm black, you know what I mean? And that's a problem in America. I mean, it's almost like a crazy question to ask when you keep seeing it on TV. You don't see other type, I wouldn't see your relative being shot for sitting in a car smoking a joint, a small one at that. I mean, that's a problem. So that's why I'm tearing up. What about me? What about the color of my skin that puts fear in someone in your culture? What about me puts fear in your culture's heart? Like, I've done nothing. I have a heart, I have a soul, I bleed blood, I use the bathroom the same way you do, I eat food, I hurt, I have pain, I love, I have a family to love me. And to see someone get murdered on TV time after time after time after time again, it's enough. It's enough, it has to stop. I'm not sure where you start, with the governor, with the mayor, with the attorney general, city council, county commissioner, but it has to stop. It has to stop soon, because you cannot sign an oath to protect and serve our community and go around killing people. You can't do that. That's not right. Thank you. So Pharaoh, let my people go. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Obviously, as you heard, I mean, a lot of emotions out here. You see anger, you see sadness, just her talking a little bit about how she was scared getting into her car today because she's a black woman. There's definitely a lot of emotions out here, and even with the release of the video, there's still a lot of questions that need to be asked. A lot of people out here are demanding more answers, and like she said, there's no clear answer, not only in terms of what exactly the video says, but where we go from here, what exactly is next in terms of the political and the judicial system.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon Goldner, reporting live for us tonight. You know, folks, I'm reading along with some of these Facebook comments that we see scrolling up the screen here. We've got our phones with the same feed that you're watching live out here with us on the set. And one of the reoccurring themes that I keep seeing is that, and that you've heard here, is that people don't seem to understand the perceived threat. Whether he was a threat or not isn't up to us. Right. The police officers there perceived him to be a threat. And you heard her say that rolling a joint or smoking marijuana isn't that big of a deal. So let me just go through the facts as we know them from the police department. This is their version of what happened, that there were undercovers on scene and they were trying to serve a warrant on somebody else. And Mr. Scott pulled in and they noticed that he was using marijuana. At that point, they thought, we're not here for this. It's not that big of a deal, and they were going to let it go. Then they noticed he had a firearm, and he had either set it up on the dashboard or they say he was waving it around inside the vehicle. They could not safely serve the warrant that they intended to go there to do with some unknown party, this guy that they didn't know, sitting in a vehicle with a gun. That would be a loose end that they just couldn't do their job, what they were there to do with this guy with this gun. So they left the scene. They called for marked units. They put identifying vests on that said police on them, and they went back and they confronted him, and they needed to resolve the situation with him having a gun, so that they could go on to do the business that they were originally sent there to do, or to go do. That is how they came to cross paths with this man. And they gave him a number of commands to drop the gun. And you hear those commands very, very clearly on his wife's video. You hear it more clearly on her video that was released yesterday than on the dash cam video or this body camera footage. So, yeah, when he gets out of the car, you don't see it in his hand. And he was wearing an ankle holster. You don't see the video, the gun in his hand. But they gave him 11 commands to drop the gun, and I don't know what they saw that we can't see on this videotape. And from the very get-go, the police chief said that you're not going to be able to see anything in this videotape that is going to answer the question one way or another. So some of the people that we interviewed don't know all the facts, or at least they think they do, and they have the facts as they see them, and that's fine. That's their version of what happened through sources that they have learned it, and ours is the police department, and that's where we are at this point. Let's go ahead and listen and see what's happening here.
Hey guys, we're back here right now. It looks like someone got detained. It happened pretty quickly right now. There is a van of officers in riot gear right now that was kind of following the protesters, and all of a sudden we saw them just jump out fairly quickly, and we saw this individual getting detained right now. It happened pretty quickly. Sorry for catching my breath. We were running up ahead to see what happened. We're not exactly sure what it is. Right now the officers are kind of forming a barrier around. We have a lot of people at this nearby corner store who are filming video on their cell phones, and that's been something we've seen a lot of, is people with their video on their cell phones shooting these encounters between police and other individuals. And what's kind of interesting, I'm chuckling a little bit, we were talking about this whole idea of normalcy, what's going on, versus, the protests happening. There's a group of people across the street, looks like they're about to go to the club or to the bar or engage, have some nightlife. And right now, I'm going to see, let's just see if we...
And now, Brandon,
was
this person exactly a part of was he a demonstrator? Because from what we're seeing, it looks very peaceful, as you said. What happened?
And what did he do?
And what did he do? Is he even a part of the...
Are you guys able to say what
protest?
happened? Are you... Okay. Not exactly sure. I don't see him holding a sign or anything, or holding any sort of things. The officers said they can't talk to us about why he was being detained right now. So it looks like they're being taken away in the van right now. So
unclear if this is related or non-related.
CMPD.
Okay.
Unclear right now. We just know that this is the van that follows the protesters, and just all of a sudden it stopped immediately right about, I would say, about 100, 200 feet from the protesters to detain this individual.
All right. Thank you, Brandon, for that update. It looked like there was a moment of silence that we were witnessing just a few moments ago. And Brenna, as you said, it's interesting because when we were out there yesterday near the Omni Hotel, it looked like demonstrators were writing the names down of several people who we've seen recently fall victim to these types of incidents, I guess you could say. But so it seems like this is more so, this has become a broader protest, not just for Keith Lamont Scott, but now it seems like demonstrators are talking about other instances, Tulsa, Baton Rouge, so forth. All right, we might have lost Brandon. He is on the move right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Folks, I am reading some of the comments that are scrolling up, and I'm seeing the ones that say you people in the studio are siding with police and that we have an agenda of some sort. I've got the police press release from earlier today here on the desk in front of me, and so what I'm reading you is their version of what happened. And it coincides with the video that was released earlier today. So a lot of people have been asking, how did they come to cross paths? And that is how they came to cross paths. So I don't know how you infer anything beyond that, but to each his own. And we'll just keep watching here.
Looks like our reporter Stephen will join us now in a second. Hey, Stephen.
We're near the front of the protest as we're making our way down East 6th Street. As you can see, the cops are ahead. I was talking to law enforcement with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, and they were telling me they're going to do rolling stops. What I've noticed is, unlike earlier this week, the protesters are more organized, more unified. Earlier today, we were by the police department, and they were unified. They had lunch together. They had meeting times. I'm told they're planning something near Bank of America Stadium tomorrow, sometime around the game time. But I was speaking with police earlier, specifically the police officers that are on bicycle, and they said since this group is more mobilized, since there are just one group and not separate groups going their own ways, they're just doing rolling stops. So if you went anywhere else in Uptown, it looks normal. People are at businesses that may be open. People are just going about as normal. I've seen families, I've seen parents pushing their kids in strollers. But police here are just doing rolling stops. Wherever they stop, they'll stop. And when they go ahead, they'll go ahead. But right now they're doing rolling stops. Again, we're in the front of the protest. Moments ago, they sat down on the corner of Brevard and 6th Street and had a moment of silence for Keith Scott. And they sat there in the middle of the road, and now they're back moving. We've been asking people what they think of the videos. Some people very passionate, some people still asking questions, saying that they still don't believe the facts that CMPD has given the public. But a lot of people, what I've noticed tonight, they're more unified. And again, we're trying to get more information, but from the protesters I've talked to, from when they stopped to have lunch together earlier today, they are planning something for the game tomorrow. But at this time, we do not know the details just yet.
And Stephen, it's looking like even a much bigger crowd than we saw last night. I'm not sure if it compares to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but how many people would you estimate are out there?
You are right. It's definitely a bigger crowd than yesterday. I know earlier this week there were more agitators, more people wanting to be involved in the violence and not the mission of what some of these protesters are trying to accomplish. But this group is definitely bigger than last night, and I think it's because they are more mobilized. I would say it's hard to look all the way back. We were in the back, but some more people have joined in. Definitely more than 200 people, more than, I think it may be 300, but a lot of people as we're turning onto North Tryon Street. And please excuse some of the profanity and the chants. But I think it's because this group is more mobilized, that they have a stronger number, a stronger voice, and a stronger visual, as you can see in these pictures.
And demonstrators, you said, want to let their voices be heard again tomorrow at some point during the day.
Yes. When we went to Marshall Park, that's where they had lunch. around 4 p.m. and they were feeding the protesters, registering to vote, and also talking about tomorrow. Not going into great detail, but multiple protesters have told me that they are planning to do something near, at, or around Bank of America Stadium tomorrow. So it'll be time will tell. I was speaking with a police officer on bike, and he says that they're fully aware and they expect something to be near the football game because of such a national audience, because visitors are in town, because, you know, Sunday football is the time to relax, but these protesters want to keep this image, they want to keep this story in the forefront. They don't want it to disappear, and I think that may be a driving force for them mobilizing more.
Stephen, thank you so much for your reporting out there. We appreciate you. All right, so if you guys are just tuning into our webcast, we are following demonstrators through Uptown tonight for a fifth night of protesting the police fatal shooting of Keith Lamont Scott that happened Tuesday afternoon. Yesterday, Keith Lamont Scott's wife released cell phone video that she shot on her cell phone, showing 2 minutes and 12 seconds, I believe, leading up to his death. And then today, CMPD released 2 videos that they have, their dash cam footage and body camera footage. And we were able to see very quickly, kind of what happened there.
Yeah, super fast. It went. The whole thing went down in you know, not less than 20 seconds. And I don't know, based on what we see on the videotape, that anyone will ever be satisfied with the response. There's just, and the chief said that earlier on in the week, that it's ambiguous, that you can't really see the gun in his hand.
You can't see the gun. You can't. You don't see him.
And all of that helps feed the narrative that the conspiracy narrative that the police cannot be trusted, and some feel it's a conspiracy, and others don't. It is. It's hard to prove or disprove, and that's the problem that we have here, is that you cannot see the gun in his hand in the videotape.
You can't see the gun, and you can't see the officer, Brentley Vincent, I believe, who
fired the shots.
Fired the shots. So it leaves.
And he wasn't wearing a body camera.
A lot of questions.
Because he was on an undercover assignment that day.
Right. And I think something that the whole country really hasn't talked about really is the solution. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We've been doing a lot of covering of the incidents and the unrest, but I think the conversation, the solutions, we need to start talking about how we move forward as a country and people. Because, yeah, there's anger and there's frustration. And I know today Police Chief Kerr Putney said that he knows there's distrust and they're working on it. And yesterday we heard from famous, I guess you could say, Pastor T.D. Jakes, who said, you know, you have to have respect and transparency to rebuild trust. And it feels like, you know, just from seeing this, that there are a lot of people who are not trusting of the police.
Or us, for that matter.
Or the media.
These movements are very, very organic in nature, how they start. I think that they've been better planned throughout the week as the week has gone on.
Yeah. All right, Stephen is still standing by. Stephen, what do you have for us?
And where is this group headed?
It seems to be doing the same route that they have been going. They're just literally walking in a circle, making sure they cross in front of police headquarters and in front of the jail. Right now we're on East Trade and Tryon, and once again there are some protesters sitting in the middle of the road. I'm not going to say the exact chant because there's a curse word in it, but they're saying we shut blank down. And that's what these protesters are saying. As you can see, they're getting up. And we're starting to move again on down North Tryon Street. And again, like I said earlier, they're a bit more mobilized. And I think that's why the number looks bigger.
And Stephen, I don't know if you've gotten a chance to talk. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Video pretty soon. Go ahead.
Oh, Stephen, I don't know if you've gotten a chance to talk with too many demonstrators, but just wondering if some people are from out of town who wanted to be a part of this tonight, or if most of the people out there are from Charlotte proper, or if people are coming in from the other different nearby cities to participate in this.
So far, I haven't heard about anyone from out of the state. There are people from neighboring communities here in the Charlotte area, but not so much out of state.
Okay, gotcha. It looks like a very mixed crowd from what we're seeing, all the images we're seeing.
Yeah, it's a very diverse crowd, and there are some children in the crowd as well. I mean, since yesterday and kind of Thursday, the protests have been more peaceful. Perhaps parents wanting to bring their children to take part in this part of a time in history in Charlotte, whether it be positive or negative. I know I've been talking to some parents just throughout the day. And they've said that they want their children to see this and to be a part of this. So there are children out here. It has remained very calm, but I will say tonight I've heard more curse words, a little bit more anger in some people's voices. I know they have had their chants. Usually the chants have been Black Lives Matter, release the tape, things like that. But not so much hearing these curse words. Excuse me, ma'am. Have you seen the tape?
I saw parts of the tape, yes.
What do you think? I mean, police still saying, they showed us pictures of the gun, showed us pictures of the gun. What was your initial reaction? Do you have more questions or?
Yes, lots of questions, and I don't understand why it took 4 shots to take one man down. He did not need to die.
Do you see, cops are saying a perceived threat. That can be different things.
They think every big black man is a threat, but when he's on the football field throwing the ball or he's dribbling it down the basketball court, they're not a threat. So why in the street are they a threat? I got 3 sons. What am I supposed to think when they get older? Are they going to be a threat to the police?
Why did you want to come out here tonight? And have you been out here multiple nights?
This is the first night I'm out, and I'm out here with my son because I wanted him to see how real this is. He's growing up in this world. I want this to be a safer place for my sons when they get older.
How have you had that conversation with your son? He seems like he's what, maybe 13?
He's 15 years old, and we just have an open conversation, and he expresses his feelings about this, and he thinks pretty much on the same line as me that it was not fair for that guy to die.
What do you think needs to happen as far as in general, not so much Keith Scott, but overall to heal?
We need to go to the polls. We need to vote. So just being out here tonight is not going to change anything. Our votes do count. They do matter, and we need to go to the polls.
Are you going to participate tomorrow?
There's a strong chance, yes.
Thank you so much, man. That's just one voice, and that is a mom, like I was saying. There are parents out here with their children. Her son is 15, but I've seen some younger kids, some really young kids. Luckily, the streets have remained calm, so we're going to continue to talk to people and continue to gauge what is going on here in the streets of Charlotte. Again, it has been more peaceful, but I have heard a lot more anger in the chants. So we'll continue to gauge that as the night progresses.
Stephen, thank you so much. We really appreciate you out there.
This is a crowd that doesn't seem to want to be pacified. And what I mean by that is that 2 nights ago it was released the video. Well, the video has been released, and now it's released the whole video. The video has been edited, and that the police narrative has been carefully scripted to try to just pacify the crowd. So it leaves you wondering where this whole thing is headed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that goes into kind of what Brandon was saying earlier, is then the people, the demonstrators, don't feel that they're just protesting for this single case.
Yes,
they're protesting.
This is Baltimore. This is Ferguson.
Building.
This is Tulsa.
Right.
And every other place that has had an incident like this.
Right.
Where they feel that the police department has been cut a break.
Mm-hmm.
In a shooting that no one feels, or at least this group doesn't feel was justified.
And it looks like we're going to go back out to Stephen, who's doing an amazing job here. Stephen, you have someone else who we're going to hear from now.
Yeah, I'm talking to Mr. Ron Weaver. You're from Charlotte.
Yes, I am.
You know, initially the first question that we're asking everyone, have you seen the video? Do you have less questions now that the video has been released?
No, I think the video doesn't answer any questions. I think the video has a perspective from the police side. But you know, when you look at it from a person that sees the video from the side that the family saw it from, it looked like there was some kind of unconclusive evidence that shows that there may be some kind of weapon that was not really processed during the course of all of this that was going on. It looks like it could have been somebody could have just threw it out there, or somebody could have just, you know, it just didn't look right. It doesn't look right, and we're not satisfied with it. That's why we're still protesting. That's why we're still marching. We still think that there's some evidence that's not been uncovered, some things that's not been done yet. So we want to make sure that we get that process done through this protest of due process, and all lives matter. And so it's beautiful. This is what community looks like when you unify. And so with that being said,
a big question is, and that our anchors also have been wanting to know, does it matter that, say he did have a gun, that's what the police are saying, let's go with the facts that police have given us.
Right.
Say he has a gun and he has marijuana. Should that matter when it comes to using lethal force?
Absolutely not. First of all, it doesn't warrant. First of all, it's not illegal to have a gun. Second of all, he did not have a warrant. So therefore, whether he had a gun or not was irrelevant until they didn't question him. They didn't ask him if he had a gun. They just saw it and assumed and went from there. With that being said, that doesn't warrant shooting or killing of anybody. But you know, I think it was a wrongly executed situation by the police. I think they could have handled it a lot better than they did, and I think this is the reason why that you have us out here tonight, is because of the situation. I think the police need to find a better solution and a better way of handling their officers. I think they need to be retrained. I think things need to happen in a better way to where everybody that sees them don't run from them, but run to them. I don't think the cops should be serving themselves because they're not serving the community, and this is the reason why we're here.
My final question to you, at some point down the line, the protest will end.
Mm-hmm.
How does Charlotte heal after the protesters are off the streets?
I think this is going to be the opportunity for the leaders that are in the community to come out and set the tone for the city. This is a beautiful city. This is a place where everybody gets along. It's very diversified. It's very unified. It's just that certain situations bring us to this point to where we have to protest. We have to get things done because of the situation. But I think there's some wonderful leaders in this community that's going to come together, put their heads together, put the right people in place, and get this city back to where it used to be and where it can be as a city of Charlotte. So.
Thank you so much for taking time to talk with us.
I appreciate it.
And that's just yet another voice here on the streets of Charlotte. We're going to continue to get reaction from people, because some people do have different opinions. Some people believe that there are more questions, like we've been talking about before the video was released. There are some people who feel that they have made up their minds and say that the video that police have released does not say what the police chief has said. But again, there are still a lot of things that have to be released. There's still an investigative process that is going on. There are still now new preliminary and other outside investigations. So this will take some time, but right now protesters believe that them shutting the streets down of Uptown will be their battle cry right now until they get change, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the hard work you're putting down there to let those people be heard, and that's what they want. They want to be heard. And I'm watching the news feed here with the comments on Facebook, and people there want to be heard. The police chief all along said the video would not answer any questions.
Yeah, he said
all along. He said that on day 2 when he saw it.
Together.
And the family said the same thing. Mr. Scott's family said they came away with more questions than answers about what happened. And I don't know if there are other angles. What the police chief said, and I'm quoting him today, the absolute facts have not changed, and the priority has been the integrity of the investigation, and that they can release this evidence without adversely impacting the investigation. And one of the most important things he said today was no single piece of evidence gathered at the scene proves any specific part.
It was interesting because the video Keith Scott's wife released yesterday, it was really the audio that was telling the story, whereas today the video told the story because there was no audio.
Not much.
So I think from what the chief said in that news conference, it seems like it's going to be piecing audio together with video, with a number of different things to tell the complete story of what actually transpired Tuesday afternoon outside of that apartment complex. But again, as we've been hearing all night, as we've been hearing all week, this video and these videos in general almost leaving more questions than answers for people who are out protesting.
I'd like to just informally poll the people that are writing comments on the Facebook feed there. Have all of you seen the video that was released today? Have you seen the dash cam, and have you seen the body camera footage that was released today? I'm just curious.
A lot of people commenting on our live stream right now.
On the live stream, that's the people I'm talking to. And I would just be interested in knowing how informed everybody is before they chime in with comments.
And as a little bit of a recap, in that video that Keith Scott's wife released yesterday exclusively to NBC, it was 2 minutes and 12 seconds leading up to his death. And you can hear her yelling, "Don't shoot him, don't shoot him. He has a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury." You also hear police yell, I believe 12 or 11 times. They're yelling at Scott to drop his weapon. But in that video that she released, we could not see Scott or the police. All we were getting was audio. And then afterwards, after we heard the gunshots, his wife walked over to the scene, and we could see Scott on the ground, but we couldn't see the incident as it happened. All the information we were getting really was through audio. And then today, the video was different. We saw the police officer standing outside of another pickup truck that was next to Scott's SUV.
Right.
And then we see, after about 45 seconds, Scott get out of his SUV, he walked out of the SUV, and then it looked like he was walking backwards, taking a step back when he was shot. But we really couldn't see much in this video either. So again, a lot of questions still out there.
Well, the family has asked for the State Bureau of Investigations to investigate all this, and they are. And they signed off on the chief releasing this video, saying that it would not adversely impact the investigation, just to release this much video. But, you know, folks, I will say that having covered a lot of these cases, unfortunately, and I don't mean cases specific to this, but cases where dash cam footage, you know, it's been around for 20 years now, has been involved, that you know, when these people are asking to have the entire footage released, a lot of the footage is so, what was the word Michelle used earlier?
I know what you mean, but it wasn't relevant, basically.
It's not relevant. Yeah. It's the, and I guess maybe that's what people want to see for themselves.
Just to make it up for themselves.
In the spirit of transparency, release the whole thing.
Right. But it sounds like the other video might have been, I think the chief said, or someone said that it wouldn't actually show, it didn't show the actual event. It might have showed a different scene, not the shooting itself. So that's why he decided to release these 2 videos today.
Folks, we are going to have a live newscast here coming up at 11 o'clock, which is standard operating procedure for us. So we are going to be stepping away from our live stream, Rachel and I, and we'll see you at 11 o'clock. If you want to tune in on an NBC Charlotte, Channel 36, we'll probably be leaving pictures up here for you, and you can watch the protest that way. Thanks.
They said don't. But they're down. Hang it in there.
I don't know what you're saying. You're doing this and then you're doing this. I'm like, you got it right. You show that. Right? Right. I was trying to show there. Every time I show there, you walk there. You show there. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?